Your student will try to make the grade as Ames testing begins.
It is a week-long standardized exam used to track student progress. ABC 15's Brian McElhatton live in Phoenix with Superintendent John Huppenthal.
Brian, last year reading scores were up, but those math scores were down a bit. Is the math outlook any better this year?
Well, let's go ahead and pose that question to Mr. Huppenthal. They were asking, last year the reading scores were up. Math scores seem to be down a little bit. What are we expecting this year as far as that goes? Maybe some improvement there?
What we'd like to see is some steady improvement over the coming years. Right now, our schools are slightly above the national average in terms of their gains, and our students are, because we have a lot of low-income minority students, our students are about 45th in the nation. So we would like to start pulling them up and to a higher level.
And how do we accomplish that? You and I were just talking about sort of a new model of doing things. How do we push them up and encourage them?
Well, we're looking at putting a spotlight on those school districts and schools that are doing the best job of supporting parents, engaging students, and involving, heavily support for that teacher in the classroom.
Just a little less than a minute left, but I want to ask you, what is the future of the Ames test? I know there's been talk of kind of a national model, a database. Where do you see the Ames test coming into play in the years going forward?
Well, right now we're working with a series of other states so we can take some of that test development and spread it over more states and have standards that we can do more comparison with other states. So we're going to see a transition from Ames to a more teamwork kind of thing, a better comparison with how students are doing in other states.
Okay. Superintendent of Public Instruction, John Huppenthal, thank you. We appreciate your time this morning. So there you have it. The Ames test begins today for many of your students. Remember, a good healthy breakfast is important to them. We talked to a nutritionist earlier who says protein and fiber, two very big important things. Fruit and the antioxidants contained in the fruit also help the students do better on their tests. So make sure they get a healthy breakfast as they head out to school this morning. Live in Phoenix, Brian McElhatton, ABC 15 News.